I think it was one of the moments on the album where Kaytranada was Kaytranada. You know what I mean? And we got an instrumental that was show-stopping.
And he's talking his shit, bro. He's just like, yo, after all this shit I just talked, yo, I'm right
back on Rodeo.
Right back on Rodeo. I'm shopping, and nobody's touching me.
Yachty has found something this year. It's been crazy to see how he's kind of embraced it, because I think he has always been an outsider in rap, while I think the true fans of him have known that he is a very talented technical rapper. We just walked away from a great year of music, man. What up, y'all? Welcome back to another Stereo Vision video.
What's good? Happy almost end to 2023. It's almost 2024, motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, can I say one thing, bro?
What's up?
I love y'all, man.
This nigga, bro. This nigga in his feelings. Nah, it's love. It's love. It's
in
love.
2023, I can say I found love.
No. Thank y'all for tapping into the channel. Like, share, comment, subscribe. We back with our end of the year list. Best songs of 2023. It's been a great year for music. It's been a great year for content. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us all year. If you're new, you know what I mean? Like I said before, subscribe to the channel. Stop being a bitch ass nigga.
Do it.
Yeah, I mean, we should just get right into it. We going same direction as last time.
Yeah, we got our top 20 songs of the year.
Yeah, 20.
It's been a really good year. I mean, definitely listen to our top 10 albums of the year if you haven't already. You know, we'll link it on this video. But now it's time to kind of shine a spotlight on some of those shorter moments, you know? A little less pressure to build a whole body of work. Maybe you just catch a moment, and that's fine. That's all you need to have one of the top 20 songs of 2023.
You're right.
So let's get into it.
Okay.
All right. Let me get my list up. Hold on.
Would you like me to go first?
We can start with Osei. We can start with Osei.
Yeah, we can reverse order.
Let's switch it up. So, let me say this. I think number 20 for me is Lover Friend by Kaytranada.
Okay.
Here's why. This is a smash.
Yeah, that's a great song.
It's a smash hit. It's a calm little vibe, a little dance. And Kaytranada is getting back to what he does best. I mean, after dropping the most mid project of 2023.
Yeah, nobody mentioned that shit in our album.
Lover and Friend is just like a nice like full circle back to the Kaytranada we know and love. You know, when he's not giving mid beats to Amine.
My number 20, Basquiat by Ashake. I mean, one of the standouts from his project Work of Art. I think if you like that album, you probably were a fan of this song. Outside music, but also something you could play in the car by yourself, in the headphones, just chilling. You know what I mean? Very empowering song, positive shit.
My number 20 is D&D by Paris, Texas, featuring Kenny Mason. Some of the most entertaining rap verses of the year. There's 3 of them. All 3 of them couldn't be more different. You go from Kenny Mason talking about life and struggle and career to, I believe, I actually don't know which member of Paris, Texas it is that has the 3rd verse, but talking about getting a root canal and like, you know what I mean, about his teeth, and over some really just like chill production. Like it really shines a spotlight on like good bars and unique bars in the all rap space. It's a really great song.
All right, I'll go to 19. For me, it's Drive Me Crazy with Lil Yachty. You know what I'm saying? I think he dropped one of the most creative, experimental and just risky projects of the year for an artist of, you know, in his lane. And Drive Me Crazy is a standout hit on it for me. I really love this song.
My number 19, shout out my brothers from across the pond, Central C and Dave with Sprinter.
I don't like when you say across the pond.
What you mean, bro? I mean, you know what I mean? Across the pond, chilling with my boys in the UK. But Sprinter was a moment. I think that was the first song they dropped off their tape with a music video. Niggas were like, why the fuck is Central C holding a baby? Why are these 2 niggas together? What is this fire ass beat? Why are they rapping so well? A song that I got a lot of play in outside, actually, in the States, which was interesting. I think that it resonated with a lot of people out here as well as worldwide. So not much else to say. 2 of the biggest rappers in the world right now linked up.
My number 19 is Oh You Went by Young Thug featuring Drake.
Fire.
A song that I thought was going to be an absolute smash hit. And I feel like it wasn't as big as I thought it was going to be. I think it was still big.
Because niggas don't relate to it because they pussy, bro.
Bro, but that song is so good because Thug locks into that flow that is so easy to like I could get locked into that for hours. Just that flow. And then Drake comes and switches it up and delivers probably his best feature of the year, in my opinion.
Yeah.
My next one is going to be Girl Next Door with Tyla and Ira Star. And the reason I picked this, right, is because, like, you know, I put it kind of at the bottom of the list. It's not the craziest song to come from these 2, but I do think Tyla has had one of the craziest years as an artist, especially in the Afrobeats, I'm a piano space.
Yeah.
And Ira is a very similar, you know what I'm saying, person in that lane. And so I think the collaboration is really smart. I like to hear more from them in 2024.
Me too.
If possible. We'll
Me
see.
too.
I had a number 17,
18.
Rebuke, K Tronada and Amine. I think that this was a song that was originally released a little bit as a snippet at the end of the Forever music video. This was some of the shit that got people, I think, really, really excited for the album because it showed the versatility. It was a little bit more of the slower shit that we got from them too. Just a beautiful song, beautiful message, you know what I mean? My type of vibe. I can listen to it on a summer day on the beach, you know what I mean? Listen to it in a whip, listen to it at night. It's versatile as fuck, but just them talking real shit. I mean, they really, really gave a good performance on that too.
Yeah, at 18, I also have Rebuke.
Okay, look at niggas, bro. Look at niggas, bro.
Yeah.
There we go.
I think it was one of the moments on the album where K Tronada was K Tronada. You know what I mean? And we got an instrumental that was show-stopping. To be honest, just that little,
That's so funny that we had that at the same number.
that little walk down on the guitar, wow, wow, wow.
Beautiful.
It's incredible, bro. And he creates such a vibe, and Amine, you know, plays his part perfectly and delivers a great hook. The verses are cool. It's definitely the standout on that track or on that album.
My favorite from the album.
Babylon Biss by West Side Gun. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
Like
Look
I
at
said,
this nigga trying to be a West Side Gun fan.
look, man. Like I said, man, I found love this year, and I love y'all, and I love West Side Gun. Man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do think the project is still something that I'm still buying into, but I really like this song. I think it's one of the more melodic tracks on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
More relatable for me too. It's more talking about fly shit. You know what I'm saying? The Coke bars are cool, but I kind of like the fashion.
We don't sell Coke.
So yeah, it's not relatable for me.
At number 17, I have Jonesing Boy by Ruger. This is the
Oh.
song that made me a fan of Ruger, to be 100% honest. I heard this shit on a homie story, and I was like, what the fuck is this, bro? The beat is so, like, it's chill, but it makes you feel like you're, like, kind of just, like, going through, like, the jungle almost. I don't know, some shit like that, but Ruger comes through with some very introspective bars kind of for him, you know what I mean? Talking about aspiration, talking about wanting more for yourself. Yeah, kind of my first intro into his music, and it was a great world to enter. I love the projects that he's been dropping.
My number 17 is "You Broke My Heart" by Drake.
Oh,
It was my
Thumper.
Drake.
Yeah.
Thumper.
It was
Drake.
it was my favorite Drake solo release of the year. I did really like that deluxe that he dropped for All the Dogs. And to me, this was the standout. It's just like epic and big, and Drake talking shit, and Drake saying Drake things that are like earwormy and like kind of hard and kind of corny, but it's the perfect juxtaposition to make it just like, oh, that's so good. You know what I mean? Like this shit's fire.
Of the rapidy rap shit like that he put out, I think that's probably the one that's gonna get the most play in multiple settings.
Yeah. I also want to pause the video really fast to let y'all know if you're maybe hearing some songs that you're not familiar with and you want to check them out, we're going to be making a playlist on Spotify and Apple Music. We'll link it right here. It's going to include all of our picks. So, you know, go like that, add it to your library, and make sure you hear all these songs.
Let us know who has the best picks.
I mean, they're all going to be on one playlist, so it doesn't need to be a competition. But yeah, let us know. Let us know.
Let me know.
Next for me, I'm gonna do "Heaven to Me" by Tyler the Creator.
Ooh.
I think Tyler, you know, obviously we get introspection from Tyler a lot, but Tyler's older now. He's in his 30s. You know what I'm saying? And I think this is the first track where, honestly, when I heard it, I'm like, this is low-key a Chance the Rapper track.
Yep.
But it's from
It sounds
Tyler's
like Heaven Only
perspective.
Knows by Chance the Rapper.
Yes.
I'm
He's
dead,
taking
dude.
it
He's
and
not
spinning it
wrong.
on his head, though. And he's talking about a lot of like adult and grown up things and what heaven means to him and what a safe space means to him. It's something we don't hear from him a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I think Sorry Not Sorry on that album also kind of dives into those things. But this is more of a like, yo, this is what I like to do in my free time. I'm older now. I'm more mature. I like it, especially growing up. I think this is more what I want to hear from Tyler, and I'd like to hear him dive into this lane a little bit.
No, I love that song, and what I think I love about that and why that it's not corny is because how he starts it. You know, because he walks it up. You know, he progressively gets older, so he starts with the nostalgia. Heaven to me is the box logo tee, you know, skating on fucking Melrose.
Nah,
like
that's
he
facts.
hooks in all his day one fans off rip by reminiscing about what Heaven to him was at a 17-year-old.
My number 16 is gonna be "Fuck You Mean" by Gunna. I mean, I think it speaks for itself. But if you watch our reaction, which you should, we actually didn't take to it off the first list.
It was our least favorite song on the
It
album.
was something that we thought was like kind of off, but it obviously grew on us, and the rest of the world kind of caught it instantly. But
Yeah.
something you can play wherever it gets. Women love that song. Women
Yeah.
really, really love that song. Which, you know what I
Fucking
mean?
me.
That's a testament to making an anthem, making something that's gonna be having a lot of longevity outside. I really
Yeah.
fuck with that track.
At 16, I have Taliban's 2 by by Byron Messia
The
and
one.
Burna Boy.
The one.
Um,
The one.
Just the ultimate outside song. You know,
Yeah.
you couldn't escape it if you were at day parties this summer. If you were anywhere, you couldn't escape it. Just from that first little, literally, from that, you know you're in for something special. And Burna Boy came in, and you know, I don't know if I love that he put it on his album. I guess he did
Yeah.
give it a platform,
Yeah.
but I want to make sure we all know it's not his song. You know what I
Byron.
mean?
Byron is Byron is the star of the show.
Yeah, Byron is the star of the show, but I also love that Burna came in and gave it
Yeah.
that boost, gave it that kind
Facts.
of worldwide visibility. But it's just overall a great song.
I think Law and Order Part 2 by Lil Tyler. I think that this song emerged on the scene. You know, I know you're a fan of this, like
I thought you were gonna say Law and
Southern
Order by
Florida
Bees.
type shit. No. Like that Detroit, Florida, you know, wherever it else comes from sound. I think
Yeah.
Lil Tyler has had a year, and obviously this song was the breakout for him. It's
Yeah.
also one of the first tracks he's released. I think he's like super talented kid. And I'm just looking forward to what he has to say in like 2024. Like I think this song is like a lot of fun. Anybody can listen to it. It's some real player shit. You know what I'm saying? And
The nigga is, and that's what's dope, because he's really player,
Yeah.
and the nigga is not no more than what, like 16, 17 years old. Like he
something like that.
talks like an adult though, and it's not. He talks like an adult, but it doesn't feel gimmicky.
Mm-hmm.
Like I do believe his swag. You know what I mean? He seemed like a cool little nigga. I fuck with it, bro. My number 15 now is "Water" by Tyler.
Hey, make me sweat.
Okay.
Yo, put this song on, anybody will dance. Anybody. Like, and I think that what we can't stress enough is like there was millions of songs that released this year. So in the top 20, it's like regardless of where you are in the 20, this was a hitter.
Yeah.
So like this song, when I first heard it, I was like, oh, nah, like they got one for real, for real. Makes me want to move, sing along. You know what I mean? You can
Yeah.
catch the vibe at any time of day. Just a great. Tyler is a budding star, budding star, and it's dope to see the song that kind of gets people on. And this is the first part of her story, so I'm interested to see where it goes next year.
My number 15, I have "Honeymoon" by Don Toliver.
Ooh,
Maybe not my favorite off first listen, but the one that I kept going back to and could never skip.
you really did like this song.
I could never ever
Yeah.
skip. I'm a smooth talker, but like that song is fucking addicting to me, and it's high energy. And it's just Don doing what Don does best to me, which is being infectious, kind of really pumping energy into a track and just utilizing his really unique, really special like vocals.
Yeah.
Next for me is Fam Jam 4000. Honestly, it took me a while to listen to Jordan Ward. I heard the song with Junie first.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
IDC.
saying? And I don't know why it took me so long. I think people were posting it, and I was like, I don't want to be that guy. But I listened to this project, and it's just so special. And then I saw the Tiny Desk.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
the
my
Tiny Desk.
That is
God.
what sold me on Jordan Ward, and I like this song way better than White Crocs personally.
I
I
agree.
think it's like more. I kind of like the dancier records, you know what I mean? And I think this one is a lot of fun and can be listened. Like I could play this at a family function. People be like, "What's this?"
Yeah.
you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's generational, and Jordan Ward is a special artist, so I had to shout him out.
14 I Know by Travis Scott. I think this is probably the strongest song that can be played around people off Utopia. I think on a project that plays best in its headphones as an individual, maybe in the whip by yourself, this is a song that kind of goes against that theme. It's easy to listen to, really, really simple. It's not doing too much, yet it's Travis taking the best parts of himself and putting it into the track, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Chorus, as I know. I know that shit gets stuck in your head. You know what I mean?
Everybody loves humming along with that part.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, like you find yourself humming that shit throughout the day.
Definitely.
And I love it. I've played it a million times. It's great late night song. Great when you on the way to the function, when you on the way to the pregame, just good shit to set the vibe.
My number 14 is Safe 2 by V's. This
is your one off that.
This is the track that made me really appreciate this album, to be honest, because this is the one that early on stopped me and said, okay, you hear the change in production, you hear we're slowing it down, listen to what he's saying and really understand it. You know what I mean? And so then I was like, oh wait, he's talking about some real shit. You know what I mean? And that song still like is kind of emotional to me and just still the song that I continue to go back to on that. And it was like my breakthrough point. So yeah, Safe 2 is number 14 of the year for me.
Yoga by Shake. I think obviously there's a lot of different songs on that project that are standouts. But to me, for this to be the lead single, or at least one of the first singles that was released, was really fucking bold. Especially for a Shake who had just come off such a major project where every single song was like a hitter, like kind of like a banger. You know what I'm saying? And this one was very like calm, subdued. Again, we talked about very traditional, I really enjoyed this project. I really enjoyed this song. Mm-hmm. It's something that I go back and listen to just like, in a more like meditative state. Okay. And that's why I'm putting it on my list.
You do yoga?
Actually, yes, I do. We gotta talk about that. I've lived many different lives, bro.
I think this 13, I have 8 a.m. in Charlotte. By Drake.
Oh yeah, you like that from the jump.
I love this. I mean, if you know me, obviously I'm a Drake fan, but then you throw a Conductor Williams beat in the equation and it's kind of over. Drake sounds like he's more mature, talking this cash shit. I think the moment when he dropped it with the little with the video with Adonis, obviously the lead up to the album at like the middle of the night, it really felt like the energy of an early Drake. It felt like he was aware of what this was. It felt like he was like, I know niggas want this. I know you guys want this. I know y'all want me to rap, and I'm going to give that to you right now, and I'm going to give you the best version of that. I'm not going to give you it on the album because fuck y'all niggas.
Yep.
But I appreciate the moment. It's a timestamp track, which is what I think kind of separated it from the other songs, because I love shit like Stories by My Brother and Red Button and all that other shit, but like this timestamp element to it really feels like it's going to make it a little more timeless.
At 13, I have SOS by SZA. The intro, a song that I couldn't escape, that I'd play every time I got in my car for the first 6 months of the year. SZA rapping, talking her shit over just like a real chill, like strip back sample. It's everything I could ask for in a song, especially a SZA song. I feel like it's perfect for me. I know it's not the track on this album that blew up, that everybody wants to talk about, that everyone wants to listen to, but
it's the tone setter.
It's the one that got me and never let go. And so that's mine 13.
Okay.
Love that intro. That's one of the best intros of the year. Like well played song.
For my next song, I'm gonna do Rodeo Drive by Gunna. I think this song actually comes right after Fuck You Mean.
It does.
And it's a very seamless transition. And honestly, like obviously Fuck You Mean is a standout hit, whatever. But I really like this song because it's a little bit more player, a little bit more laid back. And he's talking his shit, bro. He's just like, yo, after all this shit I just talked, I'm right back on Rodeo. I'm shopping and nobody's touching me.
Y'all niggas was sick. I'm blowing a bag on Rodeo,
I'm
nigga.
still here. And none of y'all are doing nothing about it. So that's kind of why I like that song.
Number 12, I got Greatness by Quavo. This was,
I love that song.
You've seen how I felt as soon as I heard it the first time. I think that some of the Quavo singles that he's dropped have been really, really impactful for me. Shooters Inside My Crib, I was talking about it with you, is like my favorite Quavo song ever. This felt like the right way to respond to what happened with Takeoff, because obviously he had dropped a track previously that was very, very heartfelt, beautiful moment, kind of him paying tribute and like showing his pain. This was him after he had ducked off for a little bit, kind of, took time to reset, and he came back like saying like, yo, I'm celebrating what we did, not mourning the loss.
Yeah.
And it's hard to get to that point when you lose someone you love so much. Of course, RIP Takeoff, but it's dope to see Quavo be able to kind of rebound from the situation and be like, nah, like, we're going to celebrate this greatness. You know what I mean? Like, we made legendary bodies of work, legendary songs that are never going to be forgotten. And more than that, the work we did together put me in the position to now be a voice to continue to do that and push the things that you would have wanted me to. So it felt just really, really great to see him do that.
At number 12, I have Outside All Night by Brent Faiyaz featuring New York, LA, and A$AP Rocky. To me, this standout on one of the best albums of the year. And I think New York, LA really stole the show. The hook, I mean, I just haven't heard a voice like hers. You know what I mean? I think that's really special. Hearing a good Rocky verse in 2023 is something that's very rare and very special.
Don't be dumb. Drop the album, Rocky.
Please drop the album. And it's all over, you know, this incredible vibe that Brent curated across the whole project, which, as we've talked about, is kind of this throwback, swaggy, fun R&B that can be played outside, played in the club, and also feels kind of like a mixtape. Doesn't feel overly produced or overly polished, but it's just kind of raw and itself in the best ways.
I think my next song is Ella Balla Sola by Esteban Navarra and Peso Pluma. I think if you live in LA and especially if you frequent East LA, this is like a song you hear everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Everybody kind of, this is kind of like the track that I think brought him to prominence, Peso Pluma. Okay. And I feel like whenever you go to any sort of like party or function and it's like maybe like 1 a.m. in East LA, like maybe like Echo Park, and I know y'all don't think that's East LA, but there's East to me. Echo Park, Highland Park type shit. Like, this is a song you're gonna hear every single time.
Number 11 on my list is Forever Yours, Brent Faiyaz. If you know me, been really annoying with this song. Play it every fucking day. Some of the opening line, you know what I mean, is just incredible to me. It's a song about love that I didn't actually get how like deep he was being and like honest he's being. He's like very like it's honest, it's transparent. It's like, yo, like I'm Brent Faiyaz. These women is around me. There's temptation everywhere, and these women are attractive. But I'm forever yours. We locked in. You don't gotta worry about that. I trust you. I'm not gonna do this. You know what I mean? But I am gonna acknowledge that this is my life. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna shy away from that. Just a really, really, really dope song in terms of it being written. Sounds beautiful. The beat is what grabs me though. You know what I mean? Every single time. I don't even, is it a synth, whatever, bro? However, the start from second one, it'll grab you. So
my number 11 is a song that I was shocked not to see on top of my Spotify rap this year. Yeah. It's by Tizo Touchdown. To be honest, this song is therapeutic to me. To be honest, like, this is a song that whether maybe I'm super amped up, super happy, something great just happened, or maybe I just had the shittiest day of my life. Like, whatever mood I'm feeling, I'm going to get in my car, and if nobody's in that car with me, I'm going to put it on and I'm going to scream all the words to this. To be honest, it's so it's therapeutic. It helps me really decompress or get amped up. It's emotional. It's like a guilty pleasure song.
It's a good sing-along song. It's a good, like, you feel a part of it. You could join in.
100%. I always do.
My next song is gonna be "There for You" by Power Trav. This is an artist out of New York, making kind of like that Jersey club, like Cash Cobain type music. If you listen to, what's that song called on For All the Dogs? Calling for You by Drake. It's like literally the same song, and I think that it's an interpolation of this song actually. But lyrically, I like this one better. It kind of falls more into, like, again, the Cash Cobain, the Chow Lee, the Lonnie Loves of the area, and is really just like a entertaining Jersey club song.
We got at number 10. Oh, we top 10. This
top
is
10.
Serious. This is serious. And I think off the first time I heard this song, I could have guessed that it would be top 10 of my year. I got Tune Vert by Lucky.
Yeah, that's
intro.
Okay. That's a great song.
Intro off Lucky's new shit. I mean, dangerous song. Dangerous song. A theme with me, of course, on everything is them beats that grab me off the beginning. I don't know if it's like a banjo or something, like the strings, whatever this nigga do, whatever's being plucked at the beginning of that song sounds incredible. And Lucky is talking grimy all over that bitch. Like, just he's been doing this for so long and has built such a cult following and is now aware that he's that nigga. It seems like he's primed to really take that next step and kind of really, really, like, I think he is Yeat adjacent. You know what I mean? A lot of fans of Yeat, a lot of fans of the Opium, Destroy Lonely, I think they would love Lucky. So now that music and the surrounding music around him is ready to accept him, I think Lucky really could be primed for a really big
I
2024.
feel that it's like music finally caught up.
Yeah,
because he's
no
been
cap.
doing it forever. That's my favorite Lucky song ever. To be honest, I fucking love.
Yeah,
that song.
it's one of his best songs.
It's an opener too, right?
First
For the
song.
project?
First
Yeah, it's a
song.
crazy one.
Number 10, I have Agora Hills by Doja Cat.
This
I-
nigga funny.
I think the best
For the
song,
hoes.
the best song on this album, bro. To me, every time I hear this, I'm transported to the world that is that music video.
Yeah,
She somehow created it's the best world building maybe on my whole list. From the instrumental, from her delivery, from the subject matter of the song, from the visuals that were paired with it. It's a masterclass of picking a vision aesthetically and max like just mastering it on every front. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, bro. Every time I hear it, I feel like I go somewhere else.
and it's an incredible. Like it is that chorus is written. It's deadly because those melodies, bro, are so infectious.
Yeah.
Like you could not register a single word she's saying, but you're going, I want to show you out. I want to, you know, like it catches you off the jump.
Next for me, it's Put It on the Floor by Lotto and Cardi
Five.
B.
There you go.
Five.
Look, man, I just
five.
had to put it all on the table, put it on
Rip
the
me
floor.
out the fucking plastic.
Look, regardless of what you think of these two artists, man, this was a smash.
This
You
nigga
could
also
not go-
acting brand new.
You could not go anywhere without hearing it. And honestly, it is a very fun club banger. You know what I'm saying? These are two artists that are at the top of their game, at the top of their class. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, there's the Cardi Nicki comparisons a lot. I think Nicki dropped a little later in this year, so I don't really have anything to compare it to. But this is Cardi B's strongest feature in 2023.
She smoked it. She smoked
Unless
it.
Tomorrow 2 was in 2023.
Yeah, that's
which-
2022. Yeah.
so
yeah,
yes, no,
yeah,
in 2023, this is Cardi B's strongest feature.
Yep.
Obviously, the Lotto song was hot already, so it really just a masterclass of just like a club banger.
Number 9, I got Who Told You.
Ooh,
Jay Huss, Drake.
Who told you about my gun dance?
Like, come on now, bro. That shit gonna make anyone get up and want to move.
Mm-hmm.
A Drake feature's a cheat code. Jay Huss and him, Drake on an Afrobeat feature, dance hall feature. Any of that shit is gonna be infectious. It's gonna make you want to dance. I love how he got the touch my forehead, then left shoulder, right, like that shit, like that go crazy. It's a great verse from both of them. I think Jay Huss doesn't get outshined by Drake, which I think is what pushed it to be so high in this. Because I think a lot of times when Drake's the feature on a song, he kind of takes it over.
Yeah.
Jay Huss is still, for me, the main point of the song.
Me too. Me too.
Like that nigga was really, really talking. It was fun. It was high energy. It's still outside music.
Yeah.
Released at the perfect time too.
My number 9 is The Black Seminole by Lil Yachty.
Yeah.
The
Great
opener-
intros. We have a lot of good intros.
A lot of good intros. The opener off Let's Start Here. From the first chord, I heard that first chord and I said, David Gilmour? Is this a Pink Floyd record? You know what I mean? Like, just off rip, you're like, oh, this is about to be different, bro. And then like 4 minutes in, we get this breakdown that feels primal. You know what I'm saying? It feels like the wind's rushing and you have someone going, oh, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know what's going on. And then everything stops and then it speeds up. It feels like a trip. To be honest, you know what I'm saying? It starts kind of mellow. We're talking a little bit. We're being a little heady, a little meta. Things speed up. The sonics get weird. Everything gets weird. It's like an acid trip in 6 minutes.
What a way to intro his new era.
Yeah.
Like that shit was really, really the best way to just like, hey, we're diving into the deep end. Let's get rid of all expectations you guys thought you fucking had about me. Dark Side of the Moon is my favorite album. So
Yeah.
this is where we're at now.
going into my pick, I will say Two Summer from Cole on Summer Walker's album.
Nice.
You're
To me-
funny, bro.
I love that.
That to me is top because I feel like it was so unexpected.
Look at you with your backpack on.
This to me is like a beautiful song. It's addressing, a friend in a way that doesn't feel like cringe or forced, but like feels super genuine. He's, complimenting her on her success and just like, trying to almost guide her through the trials and tribulations of life without being too like mansplaining about it. You know what I'm saying? I think it's like a really beautiful and like well done record by J. Cole. And I like the perspective that he's bringing to the album.
My number 8 is my number 1 most played song of the year on Apple Music. Step to Me, Fabo, Soul Election. I mean, I would have never in a million years expected for this to be my number one most played song. Expect to love this shit as much as I do. This shit was on the fucking NBA 2K soundtrack. Like just a random ass song that I stumbled across, but just high energy, just very LA without being too West Coast and too derivative of like previous things.
Yeah.
Once again, great for a day party, that type of vibe, like positivity. It's none of this. I haven't really been on the shit that's been too heady or too negative or downtrodden. This is like, yo, we are having fun. We're young. Like, let's just enjoy this shit. Solection doesn't get half the credit they deserve for how much production and help they've given young artists, especially on the West Coast. But great. Just a great song for LA.
My number 8, I touched on this in the Albums of the Year video. This could have been one of 3 songs, but I decided to go with Always by Daniel Caesar.
Yeah.
Fire.
Just a quintessential ballad. A perfect love ballad, bro. You have, a beautiful verse. You're kind of telling a story, talking about some experiences, and then you get this grand chorus, and then you get a fucking key change.
Yeah.
It's everything you could want in a ballad. Like we said, he's a generational voice. It's a special song.
Into my song, I know y'all gonna laugh at me, but I do want to put "Rich Baby Daddy" up there by Drake. Look, this is an amazing record, bro.
You did so good.
Amazing record, bro. Bro, there's no, and
I like this song.
I really think that people may not take it super seriously, but let's look at what Drake is doing here, right? We always talk about Drake isn't really a curator, he's not crafting these albums, but this is a very well crafted song. You got the New Orleans bounce type record, and you're putting not only a new up and coming female artist, Sexy Red, on it, but you're putting her with SZA, who is a seasoned veteran, and you wouldn't expect to be on this record, and definitely not with Sexy Red. You know what I mean?
But that makes more sense than you think.
Yeah,
I think it does make more sense when you hear it and when you see the visual and when you see them performing on stage together too. I think it's really fun, and I really do think that people need to give Drake his credit on this particular song.
My number 7 is "Not a Drill" by V's. Now, y'all know it's probably really hard for me to pick a V song, and I wanted to do, just shout out to Who the One, that's my favorite song on the album, but I chose "Not a Drill," another intro, because I think that this is the best way to set the tone for anyone who has never heard a V's track. Because I was very skeptical going into the album. I went into the album with no expectations, and as soon as I heard this song, I was like, this is going to be special. This is going to be different, because it's high energy and it's super like aggressive, but it's not, he's really rapping.
Yeah.
I think when you listen to V's and you hear the voice for a second, it might be off-putting, or you may think he's a mumble rapper, or he's just kind of like leaned out, zanned out, whatever, not all the way there. But when you hone in for a second, like third listen, you really realize, oh no, he's spitting. There's a rhyme scheme here. He's making pop culture references. Like it's a really, really dope track. Another great intro.
My number 7 is "I See Myself" by Geese. Just a really refreshing perspective on relationships, on talking about your significant other, and also the falsetto that Cameron Winter gets into in the first verse is the moment when I realized how special this band was, and the moment that slapped me across the face. Just an incredible vocal performance, great breakdown after the second verse. Just a really great song. Definitely, if you're trying to get into this music, get into this lane, this is where you should start.
We can't talk about music in 2023 without mentioning this artist. My next pick is "Bigger Than Ever" by Yeat. I think that this is a really, really, really mature record from Yeat, right? Like, I think everything else we've seen has been like either like super, again, like unapologetic, aggressive, or like kind of experimental with him, even though I guess his whole style is kind of experimental. He's been working on Dyne and Benny X to like form this like really unique sound. But this is a track where the two of them, Benny X and Yeat, have really like kind of dove into a more mature lane. It sounds cleaner. The piano on this is amazing.
It's introspective. This is my favorite Yeat song ever.
Yeah,
this is my. I was literally. I swear to God, this was the hardest song for me not to include. I was literally waffling back and forth on my list about putting this out. It was gonna be 20. Incredible Yeet song. Like really talking about fame and like kind of what he's realizing and where he wants to go. Like I was like, okay, this nigga has a plan.
Nah.
I'll fuck with it.
Definitely, and I think he's definitely starting to connect the dots in terms of, okay, like I'm becoming a bigger star. Like I do need to, have a little bit more introspection, maybe even more mass appeal, but he's not straying away from the base. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's just evolving the sound and pushing it forward. I really love this record from him.
I got at number 6, Taliban's 2, Byron Messia, Burna Boy.
Yep.
Spencer said it best. The number 1 outside song of the year, I think, probably.
Yeah.
Especially in the summertime. Byron is a new artist that I'm so glad has really came up and done something unique. I think when you hear people have the conversation with him, it's interesting to talk to people who have been fans of dancehall and Afrobeat previously, because they've never seen the two melded in such an interesting way. I think the beat traditionally is an Afrobeat style of production, and then Byron takes a dancehall approach, because on Afrobeat you're so used to hearing love and like kind of softer themes, and he's talking pretty greasy on this track, you know what I mean? If you watch the video, like this nigga is not talking sweet shit, but it sounds beautiful, and just that juxtaposition is so interesting. And then you see Burna Boy obviously hopping on the remix, which I think made it all that it should have been, because Burna Boy once again adds that pop element, adds that kind of like fun element where Brian is still like on 10 low key.
Yeah.
But just a great track, great collaboration, and I think once again another way to push Afrobeat and dancehall in tandem forward.
At number 6, I have Basquiat by Asake.
Yeah.
My favorite song on the album, and maybe my favorite moment in music this year, is the way that the drums hit on that hook when he says Basquiat, bop bop bop. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's infectious. It's outside. It's the standout on a body of work that is already incredibly strong. For something to stick its thumb out on an album that to me is already so consistently great is really special. And that's what this one did. I believe it was the second single, and it's the one that really got me excited for this project. And it's just gonna probably be my go-to sunny day song for the rest of my life.
I think my next pick, let's see, man. I think we're gonna go with Bent by 4-1.
There it is.
Hey, and look.
Say it.
Look, I gotta talk my shit real quick, bro. I really feel like this is one of the best outside songs that we have heard this year, especially within the context of New York, New Jersey, and just the East Coast, bro. This is a very, again, I've used this word so many times, and I apologize, but this is a fun record. Yes, they're talking crazy on there. They are saying some things that are insane. But it's the traditional drill Jersey club, and that beat, it goes crazy, bro. No matter who you are, when you hear it, you're transported into the world of, those 3 artists, Jen Carter, Tata, and Kyle Rich. And really, this is a really big statement right now, but when was the last time we saw a successful group? You know what I mean?
My number 5 song, I'm going to go Disillusioned by Daniel Caesar. It was really, really hard to pick a song off this project. I wanted to go Valentina.
Yeah.
Because I think that's obviously the hit. I think that's obviously going to be a timeless song. But the Disillusioned is so beautiful. And I think the feature on it.
What is it, Serpent with Feet?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
When he goes into that high register, bro, it gets me every single time. And then I think it represents the feeling of the whole album. You know what I mean? It's almost like being tricked by love. You know what I mean? Being clouded by love. Your judgment being clouded by love. It's the feeling that you could all get. It's him being vulnerable. Like, it's great song.
Great song on
my
a great
favorite,
project.
My favorite off the album.
At number 5, I have Sprinter by Central C and Dave. Yeah, I mean, this EP...
I would have never expected you to put it that high.
This EP reminded me why I liked hip-hop, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was in the moment when I was in the most despair about the genre. You know what I mean? And I heard these two come on and have so much fun and, like, really impress me with their raps and just their energy. And all 4 songs play. Like, I think in the mid-year video, I put Trojan Horse as, like, one of my favorite songs of the year. It's still up there, but...
And then we argued about Sprinter, and I said Sprinter.
I know you did, and you were right. Sprinter's the one that everyone, like, really latched on to, so it's the one that I picked. You could do a couple of them. you could substitute a couple of them there, but Sprinter is so fun. The visual was so good.
Incredible.
And it was a great moment, man. And I think Dave is finally getting the flowers that he has deserved for a long time, and I think it's mostly because of this song.
Coming in at number 5, we got 98 Braves by Morgan Wallen. Look, I think Morgan Wallen has had an incredible year.
Morgan
You feel
Wallen
me?
doesn't like you.
Oh no, he doesn't.
Morgan Wallen. That's all I had to say. I'm done.
Oh no. Morgan Wallen definitely, hates me. But I think what's funny about that project, you know what I'm saying, and like this song in particular that spoke to me is just like, yeah, this shit is mad complicated, bro. Like we do not live in a fucking easy country, and I think like when it comes to country music, Morgan Wallen's interesting to me because he breaks shit down. Like country music's simple, but he breaks shit down so simply. The whole concept of the song is around, and I don't know much about it, but right, it's around this team that he was rooting for in '98. You know what I'm saying? That almost got to the championship, almost won, the trophy or whatever, but ultimately didn't make it. And he's juxtaposing that with a love story about a girl he's talking about or that he was talking to in the past. I feel like it's a very simple but complex narrative to spin into a genre that is really just, usually about drinking beer and you know what I'm saying, tractors and shit.
Number 4, Solo Steppin' Creep Boy, Lil Yachty. Dope ass track, bro. Lil Yachty's been, I think, one of the biggest rappers of the year. I think this is the song that Loki set it off. This nigga debuted this shit on the AMP video, like doing a cypher with them niggas, and people were ripping the song off the video, putting it on SoundCloud, and getting millions of likes.
Yeah.
Like that in of itself is a wild, wild moment and shows that once again, Yachty understands the youth. Yachty has found something this year. It's been crazy to see how he's kind of embraced it because I think he has always been an outsider in rap, while I think the true fans of him have known that he is a very talented technical rapper. Now he's been able to show it, get accepted by the community. It's been dope to see, and he's really just like taking the moment by storm.
Yeah.
And he dropped the fucking non-rap album and has been rapping his ass off. That is just dope. They're like, what? Like he really just does what he wants.
My number 4 is Only by Sampha. This song has had me in a chokehold the entire year.
I should have put the Sampha album on my album.
The entire year, bro. This is the second single off this album, and ever since it came out, it's been on repeat. It's beautiful to me. It's the essence of Sampha. You know what I'm saying? It's really deep, and there's a lot of metaphors, and you can kind of interpret it in a couple of different ways, but musically it's also, complex and rich and really... There's just so much to like in this. You know what I'm saying? Where it sounds beautiful off rip. Like it's not something you're going to need to work to get into. So it sounds beautiful. But then if you continue to listen, the layers just continue to expose themselves. And the chorus, like for how deep it is, the chorus is one word. And he's just singing it in different ways. And the little run. And so
isn't
good.
it funny how it refuses to be background music?
Yeah.
Because you would think that you could play it in any setting, like doing other things, making tea, but it's so impactful that it grabs you.
Yeah.
And like you will literally be stopped in your tracks. Like I have to finish the song that's playing right now and like really, really digest it before I move on with whatever I'm doing.
Yeah.
Look, man, this is an easy pick for me. Come See Me by Rod Wave. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Everything about this song hits, from the video, you know what I'm saying, where he is clearly demonstrating, thoughts that he may have been having previously before the fame, and just like, trying to show you visually what he's going through, to now the concert where he's just doing trust falls in his show. I think that, there is obvious criticism of like the messaging and the way he's doing it, but I really like the song. I think that he is fully expressing and being himself. And, I don't think in hip hop we're really allowed to even talk about like these things in a way that's constructive. I feel like this is a more constructive way that I've heard a rapper talking about it, besides like maybe Logic, which felt a little bit contrived. You know what I'm saying? And
he did better than Logic. Rod did a lot. I
think he did. I think the messaging is a lot better. I think it's less contrived, and I think it's just like it's more relatable,
bro. And it's real, honestly. like we come from a community where like I don't think those type of things are looked at as normal. They're looked at as very taboo, and more than anything, niggas don't want to talk about that at all. So to put it in your music and more than anything in your shows every single night, like it makes people uncomfortable. That's why people are hating, you know what I mean? But you're supposed to make people uncomfortable because at least people are talking about it now. My number 3 is Fam Jam 4000 by Jordan Ward.
Yeah.
You can play it anywhere. You can play it for anyone. You can play it for people of all ages, and it'll put a smile on their face. The message is incredibly beautiful, whether you're going through struggles with family or in a great place with your family. I think you could take something away from this song. I think that there's a beauty to music that is almost straightforward. I love Kendrick Lamar and the metaphors and how I have to dig deeper into things and figure out what he's trying to talk about. But Jordan is just like, yo, we all have families. We all have complicated relationships with them. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
And like, I'm gonna make it something so at least like you can bob your head while you might be reflecting on that type of shit, good or bad. So
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful song.
My number 3 is Gorilla by Little Sims.
Goated.
I love a rap song that I can bond with anyone over
Yeah.
without the rap song compromising itself.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I think I've spent so much time listening to hip hop that I really love it, and I can relate to people like we can talk about it. You know what I mean? But the amount of times me and my mom can bond over a hip hop song that I don't think is corny or watered
rare.
down.
It's really
it's
rare.
so rare. There's like a couple songs, and this is one of them where I'm like, oh, she's talking her shit. I love everything about this. I don't think she is, like covering anything up. I think she's being fully herself, and it's just for everyone. The instrumental is great. The message is great. I love this song. I love Gorilla.
I will say that number 2 for me is Valentina by Daniel Caesar with Rick Ross.
Whoa. Okay.
Oh, the remix.
I'm not mad at that. I'm glad someone said it because I honestly should have probably put Valentina where I put Disillusion.
Right, and look, obviously the original is great, but the reason I put the remix is because when I first saw it, I was like, "What is this?" You know what I'm saying? I heard the original, and I was like, "This is."
It was like a surprise too because they didn't even announce it for real.
Yeah, they didn't even announce it. You just kind of slid it in there. And when I heard Rick Ross's verse, I was like, "Man, this is such like a nice compliment to." Just like what I just heard, like it's kind of more of an upbeat. It changes the dynamic of a song in a way that makes you feel like you could play it almost anywhere, right? At first, it was more just like a in the crib, like I'm just chilling song.
I agree.
Now it's like you riding around,
You play in the car with a shorty or something.
It's some player shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm including Rick Ross in it. I liked the creativity of putting him on the song. I don't think it took away from the song. I think it made it honestly a whole different vibe.
My number 2, song that I thought was going to be number 1 this year for a while, Rema, Charm. I mean, shit, Raven Roses Deluxe. I got introduced to Rema late last year and became a huge fan this year. I love how he's kind of modernized Afrobeat because while Burna and Wiz are really, really dope, they are a little bit older. They've been around for a while, so Burna's kind of incorporating a lot of newer elements of music into how he's approaching Afrobeat, and he comes from that kind of more hip-hop background. Just the drums on it, just the way that it makes you move, just the way how hard like the kicks hit. It's something you feel in your chest when it like slaps, and then like when you go outside, obviously people dance to it, women love it. It's a worldwide song.
It's a really fun song to hear in a group of people.
Yeah, it's great in groups of people.
It's an infectious song for a different reason, not for the same reason as like a Basquiat or a Taliban's 2. It's a little bit more edgy.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's got that. I don't know. It's got a little bit of that promiscuous vibe to it, but that shit fire.
Nice one. At number 2, I think the only song that made it on all of our lists, and I have Fam Jam 4000. We've talked about it. Watch us talk about Jordan Ward in our album of the year video. Watch us talk about it throughout the year on the podcast.
Literally.
But a warm hug in a song,
Yeah.
family in a song, comfort in a song that brings people together, a song that makes people gravitate not only towards the record itself, but the person playing it. Just an incredible song that I think really embodies this whole project.
Do we all have the same number 1?
No way.
Similar
No.
number ones?
I don't
No.
believe it.
No.
Okay, I'm just interested. Go.
Yeah. Let's get to the
I'm
to
so
our
intri-
top
I'm
songs. Of the year.
I'm so intrigued. I'm just so intrigued because I'm thinking all the shit we didn't say.
Interesting. You know, my number one it's a little bit different, and to be honest, I don't even know how to pronounce the title of this shit. But I do think that Un times 100 T.O. by Grupo Frontera and Bad Bunny is my song of the year. Again, like I might be going on my own personal journey.
There's a music video there for that one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I might be going on my own personal journey, so I might be a little biased toward like this genre of music. But I do think it's an interesting mix between like, you know, what's going on in the regional Mexican scene and like what's going on in reggaeton. And I think like it's very stripped down and really relatable. You know what I'm saying? I think that it's like something that anyone could listen to across all genres.
I was gonna say Grupo Frontero is that vibe.
Yes, and I think I mentioned in the last video. I think like to me, I enjoy their music more than Peso Pluma because for me they incorporate like a whole bunch of like elements of what's going on in the regional Mexican scene, but country music as well, and they're just like singing their hearts out.
Are they
too.
older or no?
I think they are older.
I think they're older because
Yeah.
I swear to God, I get like the vibe of like an uncle from them. You know what I mean? When they play
Exactly.
music, you know what I mean? Like I
Right.
could see it playing in like those type of environments. You're at like a family cookout and this is the music playing in the background.
Right. It's very like family friendly, very like fun, and not always lighthearted. Sometimes they touch on deeper topics, but it's always very comforting to me. So I really enjoy this song. You know, I'm glad to see Bad Bunny kind of like, you know, be on his Drake shit where he's stepping outside of like what he normally does and co-signing a group that is having a lot of traction and a lot of pull lately.
My number one is Snooze by SZA.
Mm.
I think that we've obviously talked about SOS. I felt a way about SZA all year. I think that while this may not be a personal favorite, it's one of my personal favorites, and this is timeless.
Yeah.
Babyface, Leon Thomas, everyone that like has been contributing to this music kind of has a kind of legendary vibe about them. There's a simplicity to it. There's a good love song is always gonna hit the right way. And this is a vulnerable song. It's a song that's not toxic. It's a song that's not pulling from all these tropes that we've gotten used to in R&B. You know what I mean? It's like, no, I want this person. They want me. We're happy together. I have no worries when I'm with you. You know what I mean? It's a song that is going to be played at fucking weddings and shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's rare.
Yeah.
It's rare to get something that a fucking, like, once again, like a 60-year-old is gonna fucking hear and be like, this is beautiful. This is how love feels. It really is just a well-written, well-produced love song.
Like you said, there's nothing like a good love song, you know. And my song of the year is "Moonlight" by Kali Uchis.
Okay.
This
nigga, I knew you was gonna get Kali somewhere in there,
bro. That is a perfect song. That is a perfect song. It's wholesome and romantic, but it's also kind of edgy. She does the bilingual thing on the hook, which I think is kind of taking us into her new era. And I think the verses is the best she's ever sounded in her career, to be honest. And I love Kali, but the little sauce that they threw when they were mixing her vocals, I don't know what it is, but it is crack, bro.
Yeah.
And I just love the vibe of the whole song. It's super sparkly. It's super romantic. You know, I just want to get high with my lover. Kiss. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's sexy, bro. It's like, I don't know. To me, it is a perfect song that I think everyone can get behind. It wasn't quite as big as Snooze, but I think it's kind of in the same lane.
Exactly.
Where you might play Snooze at your wedding, but I'm going to give myself a little Moonlight. You know, I don't know.
And seeing her do it live was also dope.
Yeah.
That was one of the standouts from her live performance. But
yeah.
I mean, we just walked away from a great year of music, man. 2023.
Yeah.
It was, I think, a theme with all of us was new discoveries within ourselves. You know what I mean? There's been so much traditional shit that we've been used to. Once again, the Drakes of the world, Kendrick Lamar's, J. Cole, that type of shit. It's dope to branch out into new shit. You know what I mean? We've been a traditionally hip hop fucking like channel fan base, so the fact that we have so many other genres in our shit is really, really dope, bro.
Yeah. I'm really excited to put this playlist together and listen to it because I've been listening to my top 20 songs and it's
Facts.
reminded me how fun this year is.
Facts.
But to get your guys' taste into and some of the songs that I wish I could have put, but you guys did, you know,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a good playlist. So make sure to save that.
Yup. Like, share, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. What
Yup.
was your favorite song of the year?
Let us know.
Let us know in the comments. We're gonna catch you on the next one, man.
Yup.
Peace.